Leave him at home.
Coach, where's the plot?
Jared Thomas, Jared Kolquist, Matt Mensinger.
How's the ticker?
It's pretty good, I guess. I don't know. I'm still alive.
What, I mean, coming down to it like that, really, you guys were late, but after that last tenth of a second, they had the puck kind of bouncing around in front of you guys. That wasn't over till it really was for the final horn.
That's right. That team there is really a competitive, battling type team, very similar to us in a way. The Northern boys just battling away and hacking away, and I think they went right down to the wire. They didn't give up a minute to that game into it at all. So, nor did we when we got behind 2-1. That just fueled the competitive spirit. We came on pretty strong then after that, and we had a rough day today trying to get our legs going, and took something like that to really percolate us. So it was good for us, and we had a battle right to the end. And they're a tough team, hard-nosed, tough kids, and it was a good game. I don't know, and I don't know. And I don't really know. We've had a few that we've had to come back on, I know, and we've done a nice job with that when we have been down. So one of the things that happens with our team, and it always has happened this year, when there's adversity or we get down or somebody ties us up, we seem to come right back after that next face-off. We've done it countless times this year, and just don't give in to it. I think we have a bunch of guys on our team that are mentally very strong kids, and they just raise their level, and led by this guy especially. He just is no way going to let us, anybody on our bench or any coach, back off. I mean, he's going to be in your face if you're not going to give it, and he leads us that way. He's got a heart as big as this room, and he helps us so much as coaches in the locker room and on the ice. I mean, he's the one that tied the game, and he just went down there and just hammered her home. So it just, I don't know, we just get better when we get adversity. So I hope we can do that. Keep doing that. We got one more time to do it.
Jared Thomas, what on the goal that went in? What were you looking at? What did you see?
Well, I saw Chris Benson. He was standing in the slot, and I heard him call for it, so I just wanted to turn around and throw it quickly to him, and then it ended up hitting off that D skate coming in. I didn't know it went in until everyone started cheering and skating towards me. So fortunate bounce for us, and it's finally we get one here. But I was just trying to pass it, and it ended up going in.
You'll take it, right?
Yeah, I'll take it any way I can get it, I guess.
Jared Kolquist, what did you see on your goal? There wasn't much
Yeah, I just there's a bunch of people in front of the net, and I just, as a defenseman, had to try throwing it on net. And fortunately, it went in. There's just kind of a scrum in front, which helped distract the goalie there, and found its way in, fortunately.
At any point, did you feel like the championship dream was slipping away against this Spice Deep River club?
I wouldn't say that. I think obviously we didn't come out and play our best game. I think after they scored the goal, I think it woke the boys up a little bit, and we knew that we had a kicker in gear, and this game could get away from us if we didn't pick it up. So I think we responded real well, and we want to get back on the attack as soon as possible.
Which one woke you up more, the first one or second?
Well, I think it was the second one. I think we showed a little bit more desperation then. So, you don't like getting scored on, and we respond well. After we get scored on, we, like Coach said, right after the next face-off, we get after them, and teams are sometimes vulnerable. They're all high. If they just got the goal, we just stay steady and want to get back at the attack.
Because of the season you've had, when you get up 1-0, you just figure you start assuming you're going to win. Not that sense of urgency?
Yeah, you can say that. Today, I don't think we had our legs, so we were a little more vulnerable. I don't think we had the great jump we got the first one in there, and I think we continue to build and build stronger as the games go on, like we usually do. And then after Thief River kind of took it to us, we woke up and we got back on the attack and went after them pretty hard.
Does this game teach any lessons going into tomorrow's championship game?
Yeah, well, I think anytime you have a close game, you got to step up and play, and it puts pressure on the players and everyone on our team. So I think we handled it pretty well today, and it'll give us just that much more confidence and experience if we do get down tomorrow, and it'll make us mature a lot faster.
Were you sweating it all out there? Any panic from you?
I definitely was a little nervous there at the end, but I don't know. I trust our defensemen, so I wasn't too sweating too much, but definitely was a little nervous there. But thankfully, we pulled out the W at the end.
That's the first time you had the post-game celebration pile while you're still sprawled after making the save.
That was definitely the first one of those, and that definitely hurt being on the bottom of that. I couldn't even breathe.
Well, Coach, let's look ahead to tomorrow's championship game. I'm sure being a runner-up a third time in a row isn't something you're interested in doing.
We are the public school state champions right now, so there we go. We told Thief that before the game. We'll say we'll win this one for us. Yeah, you know, it's obviously that St. Thomas is a great team, and you know, they got a lot of good players. We'll show up and compete the best we can. I don't know if we got to have better legs than we did today. We didn't have the best jump today. I don't know why. You know, staying in that motel for 3 nights and hanging out with all these chicks around here, you know, it's like scary, you know, what they got going on out in the hallways. But we survived it, but we got to do better than that. I mean, I know that we have to do better than that. So we had a little talking to after the first period today, and questioned their manhood a little bit. And I hope that we come out yet tomorrow with a lot more moxie in our game, and you know, contact and that kind of thing. Because we're going to have to do it, because they're the best team. I would consider us an underdog, even though we're number 1 rated team. They're just a great team, and there's no way around it. They don't have a weakness in their game. Their goalie's good. All their 6D are good, and all 4 of their lines are good. So we have to be at our best to compete against that.
Can something like, you know, you and the kids talk about, you know, the no lights today, you know, getting 2 quick ones scored on you, the flurry at the end, can all that wake you up a little bit and maybe put you in your best seat for tomorrow?
Well, yeah, I think all the guys saw that we weren't rolling very well, and you know, they're going to want to do better tomorrow. A lot of guys just didn't have a good game, and some of the guys didn't have a good game, and we just got to have it from everybody. I mean, in a game like that tomorrow, we have to have it from everybody, and we can't have anybody not having their best game. If to win this game tomorrow, we have to play the best game of the year. We have to play our best game of the year. We played our best game of the year last year and lost. 2 years ago, we played our best game of the year and lost. So if we play anything less than our best game, I mean, we can't even beat them when we have play our best game so far. So we have to play our best game, and hopefully it goes our way. You know, hopefully you know, some things go our way, and that's what it's going to take.
Is there some reason we should ask the players what the scary things are happening in the hallway?
No, I don't know. We had them in bed a little earlier, but there was stuff going on still at 2, 3 in the morning. You know, I don't know how many of these guys got sleeping. I'm sure they weren't out there doing that. You know, but you know, it's a pretty crazy place. We're at the Crown Plaza, and it was like out of control, man. It was, Christ, I'd like to have been 16 myself.
Are you suggesting you didn't have the legs for something weakened them?
No, I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm just wondering if they got enough sleep. You know, it's kind of a tough situation. You know, I think those guys all sleep in their home, don't they? And do they stay in a motel? I don't even know what the city teams do. Yeah, see, so I mean, you know, that's a tough deal for the northern teams coming down here and stay in a hotel for 4 nights when I haven't been in a hotel since last year.
I asked you yesterday about, you know, as good as your offense is, your defense might be the rock of your team, and Tim Burton mentioned that he thought the same thing, that as good, especially that one line is, that he thinks that your defensive play is your strong suit. So it looked like the game, 1-0, you were going to be satisfied to win it 1-0. Nothing changed, and it was amazing your poise and that you were able to snap back when they did score.
Well, I tell the guys all the time, and it's been true all year long, that our defensemen and our goalie and our team defense, our speed and our team defense is what really makes our team. That is what makes our team. And we can always count on that. We can always count on our defense. We can always count on that because that's something that you can do, everybody can do, and everybody works hard, we can do. So you can count on defense. And in my opinion, we won this game today because of defense, because our forwards were not moving their feet. They just weren't. Even our best players were not moving their feet. They wanted to take shortcuts today. So our defense held the line and held them up and kept it out and got it in. And I mean, our defense really saved our bacon today and kept their best line off the board till late. And of course, when they, like I said, when they scored, it kind of percolated everybody. But I thought we came out in the second with a lot more energy, and we started banging guys around a little bit, which helped. Once guys start hitting, then they start moving their feet to get to their hits. So once we started doing that, things started to happen a little better for us. And it was a better game for us this last 2 periods. But they were the same way. They were a little sluggish too, and then they battled hard too. So it was, they're a feisty, tough bunch of guys. I have a lot of respect for them and their coaches.
Bruce, you mentioned you're the public school champion. Every year comes up the debate, public versus private. And you mentioned you've addressed this before, but is it a level playing field for you or even deeper when they play that?
No, it's not. It's not a level playing field. We have a town. We have school, 600 kids in our school. Even if we could draw every kid in northern Minnesota, you know, that'd be like out of 100,000 people, you know, and they can draw from, I don't know, how big is the city? 8 billion people down here. So, I mean, they can get players from anywhere, everywhere, you know. And all our kids are Hermantown kids. We do have a couple kids that have moved. We have some kids that have moved into Hermantown. They bought homes, invested money in the community, and working in the community. But it's an outreach, you know, not a suburb of Duluth, but it's an own entity off of Duluth. And people are building. There's land out there, so people buy and build homes and that kind of thing. So we had a kid that came here as a sophomore on our team, and we have a kid that came here as a 7th grader on our team. But they bought homes and lived here. And all the rest of the kids, for the most part, I mean, he's lived here his whole life. He's lived here his whole life. Jared moved here in, 3rd grade or something, you know, still in diapers. And, you know, and it went through our whole entire youth program. So all our kids have played in our youth program all the way up. And, I mean, we may never have another team like this ever again. We may never be at the state tournament ever again, although our program's clicking on all cylinders right now in the youth level, really a lot. But it's hard for us to compete with these kinds of teams. It just is. And any small school will tell you that. And, you know, we just, you know, and the hard part is trying to find a defenseman here and a goalie there. We have a senior goalie every year, you know. We plug somebody in and they have to play. We have great goalie coaches because they make goalies for us every year. They go 10th grade JV, 9th grade JV, and then they play 1 year. Matt has never played varsity till this year, and he's been phenomenal. He's just unbelievable. And he's never been on an all-star team. He's never been on a select team. He's never been anything. He's never been out of Hermantown until we bring him down here, you know. And so, I mean, that's the difficult part in a single-A program is trying to find a goalie, trying to find 4D. And we have 5D. These are the 5 of a group of defensemen. This is the best defenseman we've ever had as a group. We've had individuals as good, but to have 5D like this in Hermantown, Minnesota, you know, we had 40 kids try out for our team this year, you know. We kept 35 of them. So every other kid has to be a good player to compete here, you know. And you know, we can't compete with St. Thomas normally, you know. We used to play some of these private. We quit playing them just because, I remember one year we had like, I'm kind of really talking a lot, but I know one year we played in Parental year after year, and we always were close, and we always were close. And I go, we're going to get them next year, because they had like 14 seniors. I go, and we had like 12 seniors coming back, and we had our best team we had up to date. I go, okay, we're going to get them, you know. And this was like 1998. Shit. They come back with 6 defense, and they're Division I, and they had a couple more. It's like, where the hell these guys come from, you know? I quit, but we dropped them. I was like, why do this? You know, I was like getting our brains beat out for nothing, you know. And we compete well against those teams, and we can do it, you know, and we will do it tomorrow, I think, you know. But it's overall in the big picture of things. How can a small town like Thief River? I mean, people on the range, they don't even have enough kids to put together a JV now. I mean, it's going to hell bad, you know. So it's sad. And I don't know if it's economics and kids and everybody moving out, but these small schools, Class A is just the greatest thing in the world for small schools, you know. Although St. Thomas and Breck and these kinds of teams make the Class A relevant, makes it a better tournament, makes it a better thing. I mean, everybody tomorrow, I mean, 9 out of every 10 people will be cheering for Hermantown, you know, probably just because, you know, they know we're the underdog, really. And we can be number 1 rated all you want, but we're still the underdog. And I think everybody in this room knows it, you know. They play a AA schedule all year long, and we couldn't do that. If we played a AA schedule all year long, we wouldn't have anybody left at the end. We just get shit kicked out of us, you know. So we can do it here and there, pick and choose, and we play, and that kind of thing. But it's tough. Yeah, and that's something. 30-0, and we're the underdog. Yeah, I don't know if you can really call it that, but.
Oh yeah, I think we rise up to the challenge. Obviously, when you have these top teams down here, private schools, you get up and you want to play against them every day. You know, so tomorrow when we have our chance at them, we're going to be going hard. That's why we play the game. We want to play. We want to win. So.
This just isn't a private school, though. You guys had these guys on the ropes last year, and we got away from you a little bit. It's got to be something that's played in your minds since then, and part of this project. You get another shot at them. You can talk, either of you. Jared.
Yeah. Well, we certainly want to get revenge. It's being here twice and losing so close. We played such good games. We definitely want revenge, and we're going to do whatever it takes tomorrow to hopefully get over that hump and win a championship. I'm sure all the guys in the locker room are committed to that same goal too. So it should be a good day for us.
Yeah, when we saw they won, we wanted to make sure we won too, so we get another crack at them. And so most of the guys in the locker room were on that team last year, and I think they all have a sour taste in their mouth still. And we just want another shot, and we got that tomorrow. And hopefully we bring our A game and see how the dice roll and see what happens.
Coach, you kind of touched on that. It's a talented field of players on your team and a talented tournament for both classes. And all 10 Mr. Hockey finalists were here. And a puck bounces off of deeper ball defensemen and it's your Mr. Hockey finalists. I mean, was there any doubt in your mind? How does Jared compare to the other Mr. Hockey finalists? I don't know how many Class 2A games you've seen with it.
I haven't seen hardly any of these guys much play, so I really can't say much about that. I know they're great players. I've heard about them. Seen them at Elite League a little bit, that kind of thing, and they're good players. Like I know Judd Peterson, he's a hell of a player. And the two East kids are really very good players. We don't play them, but we have seen them. And I think Jared fits in with all those guys. Jared's a good player, and he can certainly compete with any player in Minnesota.
When that puck went in, was it a surprise that it was Jared who was good?
No, not at all. You know how goal scorers are. They just throw anything up there and it just goes in sometimes. I mean, they just have that knack. It just happens for them. And some guys throw it in. They can't throw it in the ocean, for Christ's sakes. You know, it just doesn't work that way. You know, I don't know why that is, but that's been that way forever. You know, guys, goal scorers score goals. And that was just a great play on his part, just to get it to the net. And that's kind of what we try to get guys to do: get it to the net as much as you can, and hopefully you get the bounce. It was nice to get that. That was relieving. First thing I did is look at the clock, see how much time we got to get out of here.
Say, Coach, you talked about your youth program. You have a number of Division I players that have coached the youth program, including Mike Surich from the UP. Have those coaches kind of helped with the youth program and have this kind of nice run over the last 5 or 6 years?
Yeah, we've had tremendous coaching in our youth program. We've had a number of, right now we have a number of ex-college people, players, kids that played high school hockey here have come back and are working with our youth. We have a lot of those kinds of people, you know, that are working with the kids. And so our youth program's clicking on all cylinders right now. And we had like four Pee Wee teams, I think, this year. Is that right? 4 Pee Wee teams this year. We've never had 4 Pee Wee teams. And Squirts, there's more. Mites, there's even more. And I think going to state tournament, of course, that helps generate kids and, you know, all the little hoopla about going and all that stuff. So we have a lot of kids in the lower levels, and but we've had good coaches. Our Bantam coaches are really very good and do a lot of things we do. Our Pee Wee coaches, Pee Wee teams this year going to state tournament, second time in the history of Hermantown, so that's good. Our Pee Wee Bs are going to state tournament for the first time ever. So The lower level looks really strong and solid, where everybody else is losing kids, we're gaining kids. And Hermantown's turned over into a young people's town, and you know, a lot of professional people, and so there's a lot of good coaches and young people. We got like Sandlin kids plays at Pee Wee's, and he's around. My son Derek, who's coaches at UMD, his kid's around. And Joe Biondi, who played at UMD, Marty Olson played at UMD. And these are the kind of people I'm talking about. They're coming back, living in Hermantown, and they're helping our youth and they're coaching the kids. So they're getting good upper level kind of coaches, guys that know the game. I don't do anything with the youth really. They ask me a few questions here and there, and I answer them and help them. But for the most part, there's just great people down there, and they do a great job. So it's pretty cool.
On that count, it seems to me, watching your program from closer distance, along with some other programs, that you seem to have everybody on the same page. You know, it doesn't seem like parents are going behind closed doors and backstabbing. It doesn't seem like you have any of that other prominent teams definitely do have. Is that possibly true?
It's been true. The parents have left me alone for a long time, and it's been great. I mean, this group this year, I mean, I don't get any emails, I don't get any phone calls, I don't get nothing. They just leave me alone. It's been really wonderful. I mean, I tell them in the meeting to be over the season, if you want to get rid of me, just start bitching a lot, and I'll be gone, because, you know, I can go ice fishing, bow hunting, I can do all kinds of fun things. But and I tell the kids the same thing. If you ever want me out of here, just let me know. Because I retired from teaching last June, so I'm free to do whatever I want. But it's been the greatest year ever for me, because I don't have to teach, and I can go to the rink and screw around with the kids. It's pretty fun. But the parents have been great, and they've been just awesome. Everybody does their own little part, and there's just no hassle. It's just been wonderful. I don't know how that all has come about, but it's really cool, man. I'll tell you. Because I hear a lot of the stories from coaches and things that go on, and you know, a lot of coaches are 5 or less and out, you know, just because they just get ragged on so much. And I don't know. Maybe we win, so they don't. What can they say this year, right? I mean, it's been. We set a school record today, 30 wins. That's the most the school's ever had. And we had 29 that year when we won. But it's been a wonderful year for us. And like these guys said, you know, we're going to battle our ass off tomorrow. You know, we're going to compete as hard as we can. You know we will, because that's just the nature of our kids. So.